my name's Emma and I run Time For You in Milton, Keynes and Rugby. So I was working as a waitress and I was about to pop with my second child when I saw an advert for Time For You and it was in an area close by to me. And I instantly just thought that I can do that. That's something that I can do. One of the things I really struggled with was having somebody to look after the children when I went to work. But I had to work, couldn't afford not to. So it was a whole work from home thing that really sold it to me. I had no background in any admin work, never worked in an office before. I was just a waitress and a bar lady, and I just thought, great, I'm gonna just go for it, and I did it. I just didn't want to carry on working as a minimum wage with my children going off to grandparents and me working nights and my husband working night shifts as well, and we were crossing over all the time. So yeah, so I started off doing Time For You for me, and then as things grew, my husband joined in as well. It was quite easy going because the training was really good. So the training went over for 2 days and you have all the manuals given to you before the training, so you know what to expect, you've read them all. So you do a lot of homework on it really. And that was 12 years ago, and now you've got a lot more information, like you've got the workplace. I feel like franchisees, because everything's so much more online now, everyone's a lot chattier online, Messenger and things like that. The franchisees talk among themselves all the time. My mum actually runs Time For You as well. She runs it in Leicester. So we meet up every couple of weeks and we just kind of bounce off of each other for ideas. The head office done a training days for us, so we'd all meet up and do more training days, and we'd all team up, and then you'd get the push from everyone else and the motivation from everybody else. So things did go really quickly. I think I first took on about 80 houses and then I got up to 400 houses. People are really wanting the house cleaned, obviously. It's more of a must, and I think when I first joined I thought it would be massive 4 or 5 bed houses that would want the cleaners, but it's really not. It's everyone. And on the other side with the cleaners, I really like it because I look back to how I was struggling to find work that would fit around you working. So with the cleaners now, I think it's really nice that you can fill their hours. So if they've got children at preschool who only do mornings, which is really annoying, who can get a job for just 3 hours a day, but actually that's one of my sales points with finding cleaners. We're constantly advertising for new clients and also constantly advertising for cleaners. So that's my job, and then obviously we want to do checkup calls to the houses, make sure things are running smoothly there. But as long as you know that the clients are happy and the cleaners are going in quite nicely, then you kind of move on to the next house. They know where you are if any problems arise. And I send newsletters out monthly so that I'm keeping in touch. But really, once a house is set up with their cleaner and they're giving you good feedback, then you kind of just take a step back and your job's done. With your cleaners, when you first take a new cleaner on, I'll be talking to them all the time. You know, so I'll have questions to ask and I'll say, oh, this client wanted me to do this, is that okay? So I think the cleaners, you have a lot more to do with the cleaners to start with. But again, once their hours are filled and they've got their set amount, say 16 hours a week that they're after, you then don't really hear from them either. Stick with newsletters to them so they know where you are. Perhaps send a text message every now and then, so like every month, so that they know you're still there, and that's about it really. Problems will arise, they do arise, you know, but I think the clients just really like it that they know that they can go to somebody if there's any problems. And also the fact that you've done all them checks on the cleaners, so you don't just send anybody in. The cleaners they've gone through an interview process on the phone, you've had the interview in the house, you've collected their references, you've got them to get their police checks done. And even just the first part of just advertising for the cleaner, like that is quite a lot of work goes into that part, but the clients haven't got time to do it themselves, so they'd rather somebody else do it for them. I think that cleaning companies, it can be a bit of competition out there, but because you've got the backup of Time For You, the competition doesn't seem that bad because everyone always comments on how good the website is, and yeah. You just got to keep committed and keep advertising and just keep your eye on the ball with it and just keep going all the time. So you might think that you've got enough clients for 1 week, but then keep going and keep thinking about getting the clients for the next week. I would absolutely recommend Time For You to anyone. Just because of the work-life balance, it's just brilliant. Like I said, I can have every half term off, the 6 weeks in the summer holidays. You can just work the business to work around you.